This is going to be a stimulus check update and a stimulus package update. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin has told Nancy Pelosi to stop pulling these political stunts in order to justify her denying the stimulus package to the American people. Before we get started, please make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and help me get to 100 subscribers. And also please be sure to turn on post notifications so you can see when I post my next video. Okay, so here's the letter that Nancy Pelosi wrote Secretary of the Treasury Steven Mnuchin. I actually was going to read the whole letter to you guys, but I'm actually just going to have you guys and ask you guys to just stop the video once I zoom in. Just stop the video and read it. I read it myself to you guys and it took me like 3 minutes or 4 minutes to actually get through it because I was trying to understand it in depth. But please stop the video and so you can see and read the letter for yourself. And so let me zoom in really quick. Please again stop the video. There's two parts to this, so there's the first one. You can stop it right now if you'd like. I will move on to the second part and then we will talk about what Steven Mnuchin had to say to Nancy Pelosi. So this letter is addressed October 29th, 2020. Apparently it was sent earlier this morning from when I'm making this video. So now the second part. Okay, so now let's move on to exactly what Steven Mnuchin had to say in response to Nancy Pelosi's letter. So Mnuchin has said that he learned of Pelosi's letter to him about stimulus talks in the press, which is interesting to say the least. So Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said on Thursday that he learned about a letter Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California. I live in California and I can't believe she's in my state. I hope she's out of office, but that's just me. I woke up this morning and read Speaker Pelosi's letter to me in the press. Mnuchin said on Twitter, "Enclosed is my response. Her all or none approach is hurting hard-working Americans who need help now." So I'm going to show you guys Steven Mnuchin's letter as a response to Speaker Pelosi's letter. And again, he went ahead and posted it in the press as well, so she can see it. So let me show you guys that right now. Okay, so here is Steven Mnuchin's letter. Again, you feel free to stop this video and just so you can read this letter in its entirety. So here's a second page. So it seems like he matched her wording, probably the same word count, but whatever. So let's review exactly what Mnuchin had to say and that he stressed in his letter. So Nancy Pelosi, if you guys read the letter, some of the things that Nancy Pelosi mentioned is that your responses are critical for our negotiations to continue. So basically, Nancy Pelosi is asking of a response from the Republicans, specifically Steven Mnuchin, based on some of the things that she mentioned in her letter. In her letter, there were some things when it came down to the schools, to providing more funding so there can be more workers, sanitation, stuff like that can be used to protect these kids. Now, what's interesting, and let me show you guys just a quick little bullet points, I guess, to specifically that shows you what Nancy Pelosi had to say. So she mentioned state and local, safe schools, child care tax credits for working families, unemployment insurance, and OSHA. I can't remember exactly what that means. I feel like it means housing, but at the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what it means. So here, and liability. So those are some of the talking points that Nancy Pelosi mentioned in her letter. So the president. Now, when Steven Mnuchin's response, Mnuchin accused Pelosi of releasing the letter publicly as a political stunt and claimed it inaccurately described the two negotiations between the two. Mnuchin further claimed that the administration accepted Pelosi's proposal on dollars and language for coronavirus testing and has provided feedback on the section on contact tracing. He also said he's worked with other agencies and committee chairs on responses on several areas of coronavirus relief, including rental assistance, small businesses, and funding for the Postal Service. So these are some, in quotations, exactly what Steven Mnuchin had to say to Nancy Pelosi. While you accuse the administration of holding up negotiations, you refuse to bring to the floor of the House standalone legislation to support airline workers' additional paycheck protection program, or PPP, payments to small businesses, and additional direct payments that we can fund using already approved money that we have not spent. Now, Steven Mnuchin is when he says this, that there's approved money that we have not spent, that's from the old stimulus package. So for me, it's been really frustrating to know how close both of these parties really have been when it comes to coming to an agreement. Nancy Pelosi is asking for 2.2. The Republicans and the White House and the administration are giving 1.9. There is still $300 billion that are available from the old legislation that was passed. If you add those numbers up, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not a genius, that equals $2.2 trillion. Hopefully I didn't mix up the zeros or trillion billions. Hopefully I didn't do that. But basically, it would be the exact same amount that the Democrats are asking for. So you guys just saw Nancy Pelosi's letter, Steven Mnuchin's letter, and some of the key specifics that Steven Mnuchin says that Nancy Pelosi is using this as a political stunt. Is that something that you agree with? Do you think that Nancy Pelosi is really using this as a political stunt, or do you think that she's actually trying to get a deal done? I, for one, do not like Nancy Pelosi one bit. I feel like the 1.9 trillion should have been accepted from the minute it was proposed, at least in my opinion. Again, it would have provided, the extra amount of stimulus checks and the enhanced unemployment, which to me are the key important factors in all this. If you guys have watched my videos, I stress that a lot, but that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Please let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.